For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Welcome to another edition of the Focus program. My name is Paul Dingeman. Glad you are along. We've got lots of information for you on this show, so let's begin with some friends from the mock trial, which is going to be coming up in February. And there's a whole group of them. Let's begin first by meeting Brandon McNamee, the St. Clair County Bar Association president. Welcome to the Focus Show.
Thanks for having us.
Talk to me about what mock trial is. The Judge Platzer started this a few years ago, and it involves high schools and young people. And what does it do?
It's actually more than a few years ago. I think it's probably 2006 or before that even. I think she founded it with John Livesey. It's a program for high school students. Most people understand what mock trial is. It's they're given a fact pattern, and they are expected to act like lawyers and be lawyers, and that's what they do. It's a mock trial competition for the local high schools. They compete against each other. This year, the competition is in February 24th, at the St. Clair County courthouse, and I think we have 9 different high schools competing this year.
Marvelous. We've interviewed over the years, and Coach Klutz from both the St. Clair High School tennis team and also the mock trial team. You've been involved, I think, all those years, haven't you?
Yes, from the beginning, I've been doing the mock trial at St. Clair High School.
And you've had some good successes over the years.
We have. It's we've had some great years where we've won the tournament, and then some years where we maybe top 5. But it's competitive with all the schools. I mean, it's neat to see that. Cardinal
Mooney's in it, and they've always been competitive. Mm-hmm. What are the other schools?
Port Huron High, Yale, and KPAC. Port Huron Northern. I mean, everybody's kind of had their shot, which is kind of neat.
Yep. Talk to me about the students that have gone through and have experienced the mock trial. Have they gone on to law school or not necessarily?
Yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, the first team that I had, one of the kids that I asked to do it, it inspired him to go to law school, and I probably had 5 or 6 graduates that have gone on and finished law school. Yes.
It's so good for the students to go through this kind of thing, whether it's in digital media or whether it's in sports, or this is just a different offshoot of trying something out.
Absolutely. And you know what? A lot of kids find out, you know what, I loved it, but I don't want to go into law. But it inspires them to do something else. So yeah, it has a good thing for kids to do.
You brought along 3 of this year's contestants, and let's have a chance to meet them. Let's begin with Kyle Whirling.
Yep.
Kyle, is this your first year as a mock trial participant? Second year. What grade are you in at St. Clair High?
My senior year.
You're a senior?
Yeah.
Okay, what did you like about mock trial last year?
I just enjoy the whole aspect of the whole law thing, where it's kind of like, I think it's really neat. I actually, myself, my goal, at least for college, is to go on to law school afterwards.
Okay.
But it's fun trying, because I like arguing a lot. It's one of my favorite things.
That's what your mother and dad said.
Oh, yeah. And so I just like being able to do it with just using the words against people and just really looking for the finite points in the case that you can just get people on.
How did you get interested in something like that?
Mr. Klutz actually asked me to do it last year. I had him for econ at the time, and he showed me it and introduced me to it, and I really enjoyed it.
That's cool. That's really cool. Maddie Lever, world famous Lever family. Talk to me, Maddie, about your involvement.
Well, with mock trial?
Yeah.
Well, I just joined last year, so I'm really excited going into this year that I know what I'm doing. I just loved it so much. It's my favorite thing. I love competing in tournaments and writing opening statements. That was actually my favorite thing.
Is the writing part of it more interesting than standing up in front of a jury?
No, I'd say part of standing up is the thrill of it, just being able to recite.
And express your opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
And try and sway some people?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any ambitions to maybe go on for law?
I've thought about it, but I don't really think so.
You come from a family of teachers.
Yeah, that's what I want to go into.
You're going to go into teaching? Be a next step, be a Newman?
Be a mock
There you go.
Mr. Klutz. Okay. And Maddie, what grade are you in?
I'm a junior.
Junior, you said. And last we have Did you pronounce it?
Nandini.
Nandini, okay. John, and Nandini, what grade are you in?
I'm currently a junior.
You're a junior, and what brought you into mock trial?
My older brother, actually, he was on the team for 3 years, and his last year I joined. It's sort of weird having a brother and sister on the same team.
Right.
Very weird, actually. Actually, in the regional tournament, our two teams went up against each other.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Both St. Clair High teams?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And who won? You or your brother?
my brother.
Your brother. Oh, that's too bad. What a great example of young people, and that's what you're trying to accomplish, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you need to have any ambition to go to law school or go on in that field in any capacity. I feel like as a coach, what I want to do is I want to put on a presentation, and I want it to be fun, and I want the presentation to be funny too. I've always found that when the judges are laughing and they're smiling,
Yep.
they're marking down good scores.
Yep.
So we need drama students to play the witnesses. We need the attorneys to act with flair. And most importantly, the students have to learn basic composition skills and grammar. The first thing they have to do is when we meet them, can they write? Because before they put anything out there in front of the jury, they first have to write it out. And we get kids, in my experience, from all different types of backgrounds and ability. And some of them, from where they go in the beginning to where the end is amazing, because they come and they, in many cases, don't make a fluid presentation or can't write a proper paragraph sometimes. But by the end of the competition, their composition skills are excellent, and they learn how to write, and then once they learn how to write, they then learn how to present it to the jury. So they learn a lot in a relatively short amount of time in a fun environment.
Speaking of time, from the start to end, how was it? 5-6 months?
Usually, anywhere from November, in my experience, November, maybe a little bit earlier, all the way to March.
Okay.
Yes.
And what team do you coach?
I coached Yale.
Yale. Okay. Very good. And how are their chances against this tough St. Clair team?
Yale's always right there.
Okay.
We like to do things at the last minute. We procrastinate a little bit, but the weeks leading up, we're usually meeting every day.
You have more excitement then. You're more energy. You've got to get it done.
Maybe they're just more like litigators in that they kind of wait until the end.
Talk to me. You are representing today the Bar Association, and you have a financial involvement in this organization. Talk to me about that part.
Well, last year we established an endowment fund through the Community Foundation.
Okay.
Mock trial is no different than any other program. I mean, like a high school football team, I'm sure everyone's had their door knocked on asking for cans, etc., or the hockey team. It all takes a little bit of money to support these after-school programs, and mock trial is no different. So we've had a fund set up with the Community Foundation. We've had several people donate. The Nazar Family Trust.
Oh, wonderful.
And the Kelly Law Firm. Not missing anyone here. And Fletcher, Falco, Shouty, and Francis have all been very generous and have donated a platinum level to our Community Foundation fund. And we want to ensure that we have enough to keep this going for several years. So that's why the purpose of the fund was set up.
And the monies will be used for what, prizes and things along those lines?
More just the day-to-day operations of the tournament on the day of. Okay. We want to set up a scholarship fund.
Oh, okay, good.
For the people that participate. And then not only that, they start at we hold our mock trial competition at usually the last Saturday in February every year. From there, a lot of the teams go on to a state competition. Oh, okay. And the state competition costs money.
Yes.
It's $500 for each team to enter. So if you have a couple of teams at your school, or maybe 3, you're talking about $1,500. Right.
So it adds up quick.
Yeah, and then the Bar Association always sponsors 3 teams. We always sponsor 3 teams, but that's the purpose of the endowment fund, is to help with costs like that.
Okay. Coach, how's your team look for this year?
Well, we're just putting it together, but I think we'll be able to compete again.
Do you look for anything specific, like with tennis players, they've got to have a good arm or something?
You know what?
They have to have a big mouth, or?
In some cases, yes. But no, I do. I look for kids that, like Brandon said, have maybe some theater skills to portray witnesses.
Jeffrey Feiger seemed to do all right.
Absolutely.
He graduated Michigan State in theater. So.
Right. And kids that can think on their feet. Kyle, I asked, I had him in class, and he liked to argue at a wide array of knowledge, and all of that plays out well.
But the teacher knew more, right?
Of course.
Maddie, what's your best experience here with this team?
With this team, I would say just getting with my team last year, we were all newbies, so just getting to learn together and experience it for the first time. We all had the same knowledge, and we all took a lot out of it, I'd say.
How about you? What do you take out of the?
For me, it's bonding as a team. During the competitions, we're all so frustrated because we didn't see one of the points that the other team made, and it's just a bonding experience for me.
Okay. Kyle?
I just really enjoyed the trial. I like being a witness, and I like
being a troublemaker, I think.
Yes.
I like the other team, just watching them be so frustrated with me up there, and it's just enjoyable to watch people react, I think, to what we've worked, because we put a lot of work into it. We work on it for a couple months, so it's just fun to kind of put out what we worked on out there and see how other people deal with what we thought would be the best way.
So if people want to support the mock trial scholarship foundation, how do they just contact the community foundation?
Yes, they can do that. They can also get a hold of the 72nd District Court Judge Cynthia Platzer and her point person Gwen Lewis.
Right.
They can also contact the Bar Association. But yeah, the community foundation is the primary avenue available to support this.
Well, we'll have you all back before February 24th and find out how the teams are stacking up and when the competition is. And public's invited to come, right?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
and they do. We do have a good turnout at the competition. We have more than 70 volunteers, attorneys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, attorneys, court staff, our sheriff,
Tim Donnelly?
Tim Donnelly is always there. Supplies bailiffs from the sheriff's department to act as.
Oh, it's a real court.
Yeah. So it is a neat event.
Great. All right, ladies, thanks for stopping. Thanks for coming in. Maddie, say hello to Mom and Dad.
I will.
Nice to meet you, Kyle.
Yeah, thanks, Paul.
See you, Coach. Very nice to meet you.
Absolutely.
We're back with our next segment in just a second. We're back, and we're back with two fine ladies going to talk to us about something new that's happening on Thanksgiving Day. We want to welcome Betsy Davenport. Nice to meet you, and
Thanks for
welcome to
having
Focus Set. And Amy McNabb.
Hi, how you doing?
From St. Clair Middle School now, right?
Marine City Middle
Marine
School
City
now.
Middle School
Yep.
now, and you used to be with Riverview East. You
Yep.
moved across the hallway.
Yep, just down the hall.
Nice to see you both.
Thanks.
You're here to talk about a new project, which is about your brother, which is Thanksgiving morning, November 23rd, and it's a 5K run. Talk to me how it got started, why it got started.
Well, my brother Tyler passed away.
Everybody loved him.
Yeah, everybody loved. You couldn't help but love him.
Right.
Last November, November 11th, very unexpectedly, and so the Haney family, which are good friends of Tyler's, and Kara Hoke, they said that they wanted to do a memorial race for him, which they thought would be about 30 people that knew Ty and loved Ty. Last year. So within 10 days, they put together
10
a
days.
race. 10 days. And they started out to be a small race of about 30 people, and we had just about 500 people.
No kidding.
400 runners and another 100 volunteers.
Wow.
So with that.
On Thanksgiving Day.
On Thanksgiving Day 2016. So this is actually going to be the second annual. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And he was such a runner himself.
Huge runner. Yep. He ran cross country in high school, and Amy was his amazing coach. And he was a cross-country captain in high school, very proud to be that. And then he ran collegiately as well for St. Clair County Community College. And he was
Our director, Jared Forbes, in the control room there ran with him.
Jared,
So.
Yeah, yep, he absolutely loved that. So Tyler was quite the runner, but and he had competitive times. But what you'll always read over and over again, and what people will tell you, is that what made him stand out wasn't his times, but the type of runner he was. So he always encouraged people to do their best. He inspired people and really just pushed everybody to do their personal best. So.
Amy, when did you first meet him? In high school?
Yep, in high school. I started to be his coach when it was his junior year.
Okay. And had he run before? He
Yep.
met this marvelous coach?
Yep, no, he was already on the team. But he was very welcoming when I joined his team. I wasn't sure how it would go, being a female and then being a bunch of boys, but he was very accepting of me. And
Oh, so you joined the team that he was
I
at.
joined the team that he was already a part of.
Oh
Yep.
my God,
Yeah.
that is different.
Yeah, yep.
Wow.
Yep. But yeah, he was very accepting.
How long did you run with him? Couple
For his 2 years, and then after he graduated, then we still met frequently for just the casual run too.
Okay. So what's going to happen this Thanksgiving, November 23rd? Where are you having the race? How can people
You talk
be
about
involved?
the logistics.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the race is being held in downtown Marine City. It's
Okay.
going to start near the beach. You get to run along downtown and then through the neighborhoods around there. You also have a 1 mile option for those of you not wanting to run the full 3.1, so that's an option as well. And then we have it being competitively timed through Roadrunner timing, so they're going to be having that there. But for those of people not wanting to run competitively too, it's open to everyone. You can run it, you can walk it. There's no time limits or any constraints with that. So it really is a great community event. Just last year was phenomenal just to feel the love, and a lot of people did it for their first race. So that was a really nice experience too for people to see that. But
What time does it start?
it's at 9 a.m.
Okay.
Yep.
So
And
you still got the rest of the day after
correct.
the run.
Yep. And then you won't feel
Stuff
so guilty.
yourself with turkey.
That's why we run.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Eat whatever you want and
There
go
you
run
go.
it off.
There
Yep,
you go.
That's what
Oh,
we do.
got it backwards this
Yep.
time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're going to have that
Burn your
metabolism
calories
high.
Right,
beforehand. Yeah.
Yep. But then you can go to either the Facebook page and search the second annual Friendsgiving 5K, or go through Run Sign Up and you can register that way as well.
If there are profits, where do they go?
So with the profits from last year and donations after Ty passed away, we started the Tyler Crealter Memorial Fund.
Okay.
And with that, we've already given away 2 scholarships.
Wonderful.
So in May, we had our first 2 recipients, 1 male and 1 female. This year, they were from Marine City High School.
Okay.
And these were 2 runners that ran with
Yeah,
my brother.
that's appropriate.
Yep.
That's
but
appropriate.
it will this year, starting this school year, so 2018, will be open to Blue Water area cross-country runners.
Good. You're going to keep it in cross country.
Yep,
I like
cross
that.
country.
That's
And we're
good.
looking for, and Amy can talk about this too, but we're going to be putting an application out there for the local cross country coaches to really look at runners that held those same values as Tyler
Okay.
did. So we're looking for runners that maybe didn't have the best times, while they may have been competitive. We're looking for the ones that had that inspirational attitude and that were always pushing others to do their best and encouraging their teammates and building other people up. So
That's wonderful. Well,
yeah.
that's
And
a great word.
That's why, can I say that? That's why we want this race to
Yeah.
be, it's really a race for everyone. And we can't reiterate that enough, because there's so many people who I say, oh, you should do this race. They're like, oh, I'm not a runner. And you don't have to be. We have encouraging quotes along the whole race course, because Tyler was big on tweeting a lot of inspirational quotes. And so we took a lot of his favorite quotes.
Pretty cool.
We made them into
That's pretty
posters.
cool.
And yeah, so
Okay.
that's a race for
So
everyone.
give us the time and location again and how I can register.
Okay, so it is 9 a.m. on Thanksgiving morning, November 23rd. And then you can register at runsignup.com and then search the second annual Friendsgiving 5K, or on the Facebook page.
That's a great name. Friendsgiving.
That was the Haney family that
Oh, you came
came
up with
up
it?
with
No,
that.
the Haneys.
Yeah, the
Alicia.
Haneys. Yeah, they've been really great.
All right. Have we missed anything?
And well, I would love to say too that like I said, it's great for beginners, but for seasoned runners too, we have finishers medals. They're custom finishers medals that were actually based off of a memorial plaque that Amy and her husband helped design. Tyler has a tree at the East China Township Park, and so we have finishers medals. We have age group top finisher prizes. And then we also have the T-shirts. This is the T-shirt from last year. This year's color is going to be maroon. So we have T-shirts for those. And what else?
And those are nice because they're long sleeve.
Yes.
Oh, it's awesome.
Top overall finisher, male and female. We have some cool, I don't know if I should.
You should
Say
say whatever you
All
want.
right, I don't want to let too many secrets out, but we have
but there's a prize.
custom Tervis water bottles.
Oh my God.
Yep, for the top overall male and female finishers. So what else?
Well, deadline though
The new
to
car,
register.
the new Cadillac.
Oh, not yet
No,
this
next year. Next year.
maybe.
We're looking into that.
Yeah. So the
But the
deadline to
deadline.
register to guarantee a finisher's medal and a T-shirt is tomorrow.
Yep, November 10th.
So, but we're taking registration all the way up till the day of.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to, if you're still interested in a shirt, but you register late, then you can get it later.
Okay.
It's just
and
for
a medal.
early registration.
And a medal, absolutely.
Okay.
But if you want your medal and your T-shirt that day,
Okay.
you need to do early registration.
Thanksgiving morning, November 23rd, and it's got the great name, the Friendsgiving 5K. Amy,
Thank you.
good to see you always.
Thanks.
Thanks very
Thanks for
much.
having
Nice to
us.
meet
Thank
you.
you.
Say hello to your mom.
I will.
And coming up next, we've got some representatives from Fishers Community Church going to talk to us about the holidays that are coming up. We'll be right back. Jenny Finn is back with Pat Coughlin, and Pat's not back, but Jenny's back. I'll get this open straight yet. We are now in our take two. I'll just keep rolling. I'll do it over. Take two. Next segment is with Jenny Finn from the Fishers Community Church, and she's got some important information for us again. This time, you were here a few weeks ago with the good Reverend. Now you're back with a good friend by the name of Patrick Coughlin.
Yeah, and I'm glad that Pat's here with me today.
Yeah. What are you guys talking about today?
Well, we'd like to talk about Fresh Hope again.
Okay.
Fresh Hope is our depression and bipolar support group.
Important subject, very important subject.
Really, really supporting anyone with any kind of mental health disorder, especially bipolar and depression, and their loved ones, family members that want to come alongside them and learn how to be a support person for someone with a mental health disorder.
So you've got a meeting coming up at the beginning of December the 6th, in fact, on Wednesdays, and you're going to run through December?
Actually, we're going to start it December 6th. It's going to be weekly, and we will go indefinitely until the Lord has other plans for us.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, this is something that we're starting, and we want to be a fixture in the community for people who need support, who need connections with other people, to talk about our experiences.
Well, ironically, starting at this time of year is really a period of time when people are depressed and really do need that extra support and that extra help.
Yeah, and depression and bipolar, I mean, it can be triggered by some things, but sometimes it's just not, and so of course the holidays are a big time because people are thinking about maybe loss of loved ones and things like that. But, depression is really something that, if you suffer from depression, sometimes you don't know why it comes on. And so being involved in a regular support group can really help people find the hope that they need to continue living, very successfully.
Where are you going to conduct these meetings?
They will be at Fishers Community Church.
301 North 6th.
Correct, in this building, at the end of the hall. And we are kind of remodeling a room there, redecorating a room, so it's just a very supportive, comfortable atmosphere for us to meet in.
Mr. Coughlin, you've been a fixture here in town almost as long as I have, if not longer.
Pretty close.
And what is your involvement in that?
So what's interesting is I met somebody not too long ago who was having an issue, and I could tell that right away. And when we talked separately, I mean, after that meeting, I found out that person was going through a severe bout of depression. And I could relate with him because he didn't know I also suffer from depression. And it comes in waves, it comes in, there's no reason, it doesn't necessarily mean there's a death or a divorce or something, it just comes, right? And so he had that bout, I saw it, and we talked it out, and then when we were talking, it was like, there should be a group. Obviously AA is great for people, NA is great for people, but I've never known of any groups that talk about depression, and it's kind of this hidden stigma. I was telling Jenny that my mom had severe depression back in the 60s.
Okay.
But she was diagnosed and they thought she was crazy. So they put her in institutions, they did the shock therapy and so on and so forth, and she ended up committing suicide at 49. Fortunately or unfortunately, I inherited some of those genes, so I can relate to people who are in that situation. So I volunteered to be part of this group.
Oh, wonderful.
And you know, talk it out, and because it's amazing. This depression, it doesn't matter how rich or how poor you are, how old or how young you are, it just comes.
And it's a very lonely kind of thing.
Horrible.
Oh, yeah.
It's horrible.
You are the only one that's going through it. Nobody else in the world is going through it.
That's the way you feel.
That's right.
That's the way you feel. And that's obviously not true. In fact, Jenny just told me that 1 in 4?
1 in 4.
1 in 4 Americans have a depression issue. I didn't realize it was that many. And when I think about it, I just think of my own family members and a few of us that have it. I don't think that, you know, out of a big congregation that there's a lot of people who are fighting the same thing that I'm fighting. And it's not all the time, it's not every single day. But it can come, and when it comes, it's vicious.
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah.
I had a brother that had the same experiences that your mother did. And he was locked up in Traverse City State Hospital, and I used to go see him, and they'd unlock the doors and let him in and let me out, and all that kind of good stuff. And he had electric shock treatments, came out, and he became a millionaire, a multi-millionaire. And so there is hope at the end of the dark tunnel.
Sure.
And you know, he went on with the rest of his life and was a very great contributor to the society.
Yep.
But yeah, he was a quote unquote bipolar at the time.
And if you get professional help, that's great.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of us, and myself included, that I just need to talk to somebody, right? And when you talk to somebody who doesn't understand or doesn't know about depression, they just say, snap out of it, you know, grow up, get over it. I mean, I've heard it all, right? And
oh, Mom, she's just crazy.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, but when you talk to someone who's fighting it or who's experienced it, they can see it on a whole different level. So that's what's great about this group.
So, give me your background on how you're going to help this people.
Sure. I mean, I have depression. I was also diagnosed with an anxiety disorder, and that's one of the beautiful things about this group is it's peer-led. It's a peer group, and so those of us who are being facilitators, we are willing to share our diagnosis. We're willing to share our experience. We're willing to share how we successfully live with, you know, like a mental health illness, and really just provide that support for people, talking about the different ways that we can support one another, the different things that we can do when we're depressed. And you know, you mentioned that it really is an isolating feeling, you know, depression. And so along with that comes, you know, just the opportunity to support one another, but also to spread awareness in the community that, you know, it's so stigmatized, and not only by other people, but ourselves as well. You know, like there's a lot of internal stigma that comes along with having a mental health disorder. So for those of us who are ready to talk about it and ready to speak out about it, we hope to empower others to do that as well, so we can really just kind of attack the stigma that's going on and really help people who need it the most, so they're not isolated.
And one of the key things I think people miss is, and you kept using the word there, it's a health issue.
Sure.
And health can be fixed.
You know, we especially, you know, this day and age, you know, going to see the doctor for physical illness is so important, and just regular checkups. But we're not yet in our society willing to say that everyone should get a mental health checkup.
Right.
You know, because there's such a stigma with it. And really, you know, like our brains, because, you know, a mood disorder really has a lot to do with your brain chemistry.
Right.
You know, and physical things as well as environmental. But, you know, if we're not supporting our brains, the health of our brains, that can really affect all other kinds of things that are going on in our body too. Right. Physical illness, emotions, things like that. So it really, really is going to be like a support group that is based on all of those areas, becoming healthy in all of those areas, and looking at all of those areas and making sure, you know, that people get the support that they need.
Starting Wednesday, December the 6th, 6:30 p.m. at 301 North 6, Fishers Community Church.
Correct.
And for those that might remember, this is the old St. Clair Middle School, and the recently called the East China Education Center. And possibly being called something soon, something else again soon.
Yep.
But right now you're at 301 North 6th.
Yeah.
And do they have to make a reservation? Do they have to?
No. We would just encourage people that if they have questions to email us or contact us, go to the website.
And what's the website?
It is fishersstclair.org is our website.
fishersstclair.org.
Yes. They can also go to freshhope.us and learn all about Fresh Hope, about the program, about the content. You know, it's faith-based, so, you know, people should be aware of, you know, what Fresh Hope is all about.
Okay.
And so we encourage them to do that.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what I like about it too is it is faith-based, but I'm not a member of Fishers, right? And so they're opening it to anybody in the community. Yeah. So it doesn't matter what your religious beliefs are, it's gonna be a good asset for everyone.
Yeah.
Well, we salute both of you. Patrick, always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Jenny, good seeing you again.
Good to see you too.
That's really something that you should get involved in, and give Jenny an email, or you get on their webpage, which again is fishersstclair.org, and that'll get you all the information you need. We're back with Sue Daniels. She's got a parade coming up in town at the end of the week on the 17th, so we'll find out all about that in just a second. And we're back. Ho, 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 and a Merry, Merry Christmas to you. Christmas Carol Daniels is here.
Yes, I
Nice
am.
to see you.
Nice to
Merry
see
Christmas, and you brought your famous mugs.
That's right.
Take a little sip of the hot
Yeah,
toddy. And
right from the North Pole.
with you being here with the hot toddy and with the nice chapeau, must be time for something.
Our 9th annual St. Clair Lighted
Is it
Christmas Parade.
9th already? 9th annual?
9th annual Santa Parade, yep.
And what day is it?
It's Friday, November 17th. That's next Friday.
And Santa arrives in town on a sleigh, meets all the good boys and all the good girls,
That's
and
right.
even a few of the bad ones.
Well, yeah, he's yes. No, he's pretty forgiving.
He's pretty forgiving?
Good guy. Yes, he is. Very nice man. Yes, we've got lots of units that are going to participate.
Oh, great.
We do have the St. Clair High School Band this year, only we won't have them next year because they're going to Florida.
They're smart.
Yeah.
They should take us to Florida with them.
They should, yeah. And so we're real happy that we have them this year. And we've got several units, and we've got lots of kids involved. And it starts at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Is a step off up by the St. Mary's Church and the Education Center. And it'll come down Vine Street to M29, M29 to J up to 3rd, where they can disembark and get the kids off safely off the floats.
How many units, round figures?
We're up to about 23 right now.
Oh, that's a good number. That's a good number.
Yes.
And the band, so
And
that's great.
I'm sure there's some sitting on my desk right now.
Oh, that's
that
great.
come in late.
That's great. Play your little Santa Claus
Oh, you
thing.
like my
Yeah.
scarf?
Yeah. Get us in the mood, see?
Yes.
There you go. The parade is a beautiful parade because it is at night, and what a beautiful spot. The town is lit at that point too.
Yes,
right?
the mall will light up at the same time. We can't get Clinton to light at the same time with the big white trees, but we can get the mall as on the countdown when the city tree lights up. The mall will light up too. So.
And you're going to have nice music throughout the park, and
that's what we're really going to like. Leading up to the parade, we're going to have music playing and get people in the spirit before the parade.
Sing along with Bob Wheeler.
And well, Santa is really this year fired up about leading some singing. Yeah, so between he and Bob Wheeler can team up and get them going.
And then the mayor will give them the...
Mayor Cedar will be there to give the key to the city to all the hearts of all the children in St. Clair.
And the adults.
If they're good.
If they're good.
But especially the children.
It's downtown. The big sponsor is Cargill. Santa wants to thank them.
Big sponsor. They are our biggest sponsor this year, and we really appreciate that. And we do have others that have contributed.
If a company or a business or a charity or a Cub Scout group sees this program and hasn't registered yet, is there still time?
They can still get in, yes. Yes, we'll take them right up to the end.
Okay. All right, and they just get a hold of you at City Hall, 329-7121, and ask for Christmas Carol.
Well, yes, no, ask for Sue Daniels.
Okay.
Or if they want to call on the posters, if you see them around town, my home phone is on there. If they want to call and get me directly so that we make sure they get in. Okay. And then I get them to the fellow who is putting it together at the start. And I have 11 wonderful people that Bob Scharnweber has gotten together who help us organize it, get it going, keep everybody moving. We couldn't do it without the volunteers, and we really appreciate it.
Well, I think you and I should look in this camera over here and be the first ones to say Merry Christmas to St. Clair and Marine City this year. Don't you think, as we say goodbye?
Oh, we certainly can.
Okay, well, here we go. We're going to look in that camera. Give us camera number 3 there, Director. And get a shot of Sue in here, too. Open, Elizabeth, oh, yeah, there you go. And here we go.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.